out through B main and try and take a fight. And equally, any B pressure the A guy's pushing. So if you know that's coming, your life's a lot easier. But of course, actually on the server, it's a bit of a different story. And that'll be a big talking point, I think, in this first half. And I assume Big as well will choose T side.
We'll see. We'll have to see. We're hopping into the server. We're ready to go with the action. And indeed, Big are starting on the attack. So what have they got for us? Let's see. Light on utility for both sides, really. Just a couple flashes. I guess maNkz dropped over the dualies so that Salazar could be raid boss. Where is Salazar playing with that raid boss set? He's over towards A. They're expecting this to be an A push based on the setup early.
Yeah, I mean, the flash will be ruinous because that will come from maNkz, won't it? On an A commit. And then these two guys can face. So, very strong for that. As Big is playing ultra passive. I mean, the push is nice, but given Big are so passive, you haven't got a lot out of this from ECSTATIC. You can call that Canals is potentially empty, but it's kind of fake info because Big are just taking it so slow.
You were wondering if they'd gotten a chance to watch. I mean, the advantage of how quickly that first series went, that's a nice shot from Nodius, is they certainly did have some time to at least, you know, puzzle through a little bit. Maybe get a bit of a temperature check here for ECSTATIC. Oh, I'm not sure they have, but it's certainly a possibility. And maNkz is just going to fade away. He's going to set up for that push. Doesn't go for the flash right off the rip. But this is looking like an A finish. Krimbo's late. He's setting up utility, right? So it's all about this mid push. Krimbo's just going to be coming in with a little bit of the kicker on it. Nice damage out from Salazar. Now Queenix gets activated, but Salazar's down. Raid boss down. Keto striking as well. So deadly with these pistols, and it's collapsed. They were in the right place. They had the bodies here. They were ready, but they're overwhelmed. Completely and entirely. Kraghen and Nodius to find a retake, and Kraghen will start it well. Kraghen, rather. Keto in defense. He's been so good with these pistols today. He's looking for a third. And time's running out. They have to get on this. They've not got the kick. Keto finds that kill he needs, and now it's just a matter of time. Nodius knows he's going to be toyed with. Krimbo does not need to give him this fight. He has to get the kill right now. And he's not got it. And with that, the round is over. The round is done. Nodius, one final bit of sweetness, but it's no round for them.
Yeah, ECSTATIC should have won that. 3A stack come the split. They got the first kill as that split comes in. Oh, I don't know if it was missed shots or the guys weren't playing off each other properly, but they really need to convert that 3A stack up against 3 players. 2 rotates coming. That should be enough. But it's not to be.
Effect, man.
Yeah.
We've had this is the 5th pistol round today. For Big, and he's had a multi-kill in at least 3 of those. I think 4 of those almost. No, just 3. Still, guys, unreasonably good. With the Pistolo, Salazar tagged up, but he trades it back in kind.
How has Nodius got an M4? Was that dropped? Everyone else's armor.
Crown must have dropped it, I guess. But how? No, he must have just bought it himself. He got the 3 kills in the pistol.
Ah, yeah. We've just had enough, I guess. We want to see that deployed where it's A, just holding his angle. Very deep. He's not really seeking a fight. We'll see how this round tends to end for Big. It looks like a B split, and that's not good news for Nodius. He'd love to get involved in this M4, but he's going to rely on a tagged up Salazar and Crown with just a Deagle to hold on long enough.
Smoke's out. Here's the exec. Major pressure on. Salazar with that scout. Can't really help through the smoke. It's all about Crown. He's on an island. Effectively great shot. Oh, what a ripper. Can't get more, but tough to blame him for that. Bomb's going to go down. The question becomes, does ECSTATIC want to attempt this take? Queenix! A little bit of a tickler, but no kill. And so they are going to make a move. maNkz still caught in the gap. A trade is there. It's getting very messy on site, but with the health being what it is, ECSTATIC are pulling the plug. The M4 will live. The scout maybe as well, provided they can evade this push into the temple.
Pretty stunning that Crown even gets one there, to be honest. But yeah, no information for ECSTATIC. I feel like Nodios should have been aggressive somewhere. It just feels like a little bit of a waste to have that M4 and maybe some sort of, you know, a pistol pushing first. He's there for trading some A main aggression or something like this. Kind of felt like unless they split A, he's never going to get involved in the round.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shame, but at least he saves it. That's the silver lining.
Another weaker round. Minimal investment here. Salazar's hoping to get that AWP up in the next round if they can't succeed here. Maybe even if they can. And they've left A vacant in the early round. Oh, that's a meaty nade. Goodbye, Queenix.
Sad times.
Krimbo's just about to find an empty site.
I know, yeah. You can't really blame ECSTATIC from the sense that they've had some A stacks. Pistol round didn't work, even though they came ace. Last round, 3A lean, and it ended B. So they're trying to change up the script. But Big are just one step ahead, aren't they?
There's a moment there where Tabson was a bit vulnerable, but now he's dropped down and gotten two. He's waiting for that push. It's exactly what he was setting up for, and I mean, there's nothing doing. Oh, the gun disappeared. Where'd it go? Oh, Crown. This guy, when we were watching them in Melbourne, this guy had some unreal performance.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the lineup, okay, so Nodios comes in, they remove Cabby, and they say that Nodios is kind of too good a player to not get on, so you immediately think Nodios is going to be a star player. Someone like Queenix is the best statistic player over the last few months. Salazar's the AWPer. And you look for all these names, and then it actually plays out. And for me, kraghen is the best player on this team. Sorry, Crown is the best player on this team. Definitely. He's the most consistent. He shows up in the biggest games, from what I've seen. And, I don't know. He feels like the really exciting player on this lineup to me.
Most definitely. I mean, even in that, I always remember that in that nuke game. Right, their opener against Complexity, where they actually did lose it, but Crown was a one-man army. Made it a 16-14, and then they wound up beating Complexity in the rematch. So, oh, the timing here couldn't be worse. Never mind, it works out. Thought they were gonna get caught if the push just came through from Krimbo, but he hesitates, sets up some utility, and in doing so, Salazar is able to find the gap. Kiddo's taking the space in dark. He's going to group up with his teammate as well, hyped with him. Don't love the scout here. They're going to see what they can find. Molly, re-molly. No more mollies to tango with, but a smoke may come in soon. Getting the response. 35 seconds. They're going to have to go. Here comes the full exec. Towards the site they go. This time there's two players committed. Crown, though, gets nothing. Nodios, one, but traded. Oh, a chance. A chance on the cross, and the nade doesn't go deep enough. Favon would have been a dead man if that HE found the back of Obelisk. But as it is, a 3-on-3 retake on deck. There's not much health for the big side. But now in the post plant, they just need to hold on to positioning. Problem is, Keto, that you'd love in the end, he's so aggressively postured. So he's down. That Molly's gone. It's all going to be about the kills. Tabson is rerouting to come in for dark. And they're just all on the bomb. Oh, they've been pulled off the defuse. Tabson might have done it. He has not quite. It's going to be time enough for the defuse. Queenix got it just barely. One more bullet would have sealed the deal.
Doesn't get much closer than that. And ECSTATIC in that 3-on-1, they had a smoke. He could have gone on the bomb. Could have gone down into dark. Could have even gone on to main and then players harder commit to fighting dark. So they got a little bit flustered and it almost cost them. I'm very intrigued by the CD side because that first round didn't look like a regular ecstatic round. Very passive. They sat on their nades on B. That was the strategy, just to have nades for that late round, and Big did commit for a smoke on the main side. They're running out of time. So maybe going back to par for the course. 3 on B this time. maNkz solo in mid. Needs to be a little bit careful with his HP. But for now, trying to set a little bit of presence and slow down this big advance.
Looking like this is going to be a split A again. Especially off this mid presence, right? They still got Keto to ask some questions over towards B and keep the options open. Oh, flashbang's good. Salazar, though, forced off the angle, but he lives. And the counter utility comes out. So that salvo from Big is actually wasted. Now they've not got
Check out
much.
Crown. Check out Crown. Push B main.
Oh.
Could be a thorn on the side.
He's heard it too, I think. Maybe on the drop down? I'm not sure about the audio cues on this map. They haven't rotated yet, so I guess not confirmation of the numbers. But so much is going to rely on Nodios. Playing right side, clearing. There's the check. Crown's got his, but Nodios nothing. So now they know there's a B main player. And they're going to try and clear that out while they plant the bomb.
Bomb has been planted.
He knows they're coming hunting. Certainly heard at this point. But what can he find? Can Crown do any further damage? No.
I think it's got to be a save, right?
Looking like it.
One flashbang, no smokes, no molotovs to help flush out angles. These guns are of big value. Get an okay buy in the next. You're ecstatic. And indeed, they're walking out. We're walking out. Just that little bit of mid presence just made it so hard for ecstatic to have a good read. Crown takes that B main space, and I wonder if there's a better way to play it. I wonder if they should have gone double into B main and then both play it from there, or because maybe Nodio should have done more from the pillar. But at the end of the day, he's very much alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like there might have been a better way to play it.
It's a tough spot to be in. One of the beauties of this map is provided you hold on to that mid control, you can do some very cheeky rotations as far as where the pressure shows and where you actually hit. We haven't really seen ecstatic get aggressive in mid either. It feels like they've had the ability to drop canals most rounds. Wonder if that changes. maNkz in towards mid. He certainly backed off this time.
Big clearly want to go A, but there's a lot of nades between them and actually committing. It looks like Salazar. Yeah, they have information taken. Queenix is actually coming off A.
This is really weird. This is really weird. They're anticipating the mid push.
I don't get it.
They're anticipating the mid play, but this is just going to turn to a full retake. They can't do anything about it. The mid section, rocked off by smokes. Nodios gets a kill at least. That's the off as well. Queenix just challenging the smoke. That's so bold. I can't believe they even get away with one. He's got the first. Can he back away? Yes, he can. Spots the op. Bombs down. Now it's a spot. Big kill for Crown. Salazar making it happen with the USP. And suddenly Thompson has to take his battle, and he's done so beautifully with aplomb. But Crown will not be denied. This guy is just the X factor again and again for the team. Makes me nervous how far he has to go to get that, but it's all good. Plenty of time for the defense.
Got a kit. I think ecstatic should pause. If I was coaching them, I'd pause right now and just talk about how we're, transferring the information across the map, because I think they really should have lost that round after they gave all that space on A, and then they're trying to fight round the edge of a smoke. I mean, you can do some really nice one-ways if you smoke out in front of that on those stairs. Make it very awkward for the T side, but nothing that really came out. And I think, granted it worked in the end, but I think that was more Crown saving them than a strategic masterclass.
Feels that way, don't it? Heavy A presence early. They're going aggressive. Here's the aggression, and it's punishing. Everyone's ready for it, and the faster pace of play. Keto takes advantage of the aggro push elsewhere, and this is just a disaster. So ECSTATIC did try to change things up. They tried to go for that A main aggression, and in doing so, invited big, and Salazar hits one, but he's done, and it's maNkz kind of stuck, and soon will be unstuck, courtesy of a bullet.
Yeah, that's a disaster when they got no money. Very heavy eco to follow. And they say I didn't warn you. I did say there'd be a lot of aggression in the CT side. And kind of playing out how I expected. Big is always going to be a team with clean defaults, aren't they? They're just so regimented. There's going to be so few holes. And for the moment, Big are very capable of holding against the onslaught. And of course, you know, a team like Big will practice the best teams in the world. They see all the takes. They're aware of what options are available as soon as those nades fly over the top. Krimbo's having a day, isn't he?
He is. He's been so good within this team. He's just been so lethal. I mean, that last round, it was just holding for the aggression, right? Krimbo and hyped. Killing 3 on that full committal to the A push, but he has been nasty. And I feel like he's done most of his work on the defensive side as well, so bodes well that he's off to such a hard start, although this is Anubis of all maps, so tough to read. Pure pistols, pure stack. And it looks like they've got the stack in the right place. But also HE's go ouchie. Nothing like finding a stack and just killing everybody immediately.
Feels like very clean Counter-Strike from Big. You know, it's the way the map plays that some after plants and some high take get a bit hectic. But outside of that, I think Big have looked clean as can be, really. Can't really
fault
fault
we
them
expect
so
from
far.
them, right? It's
It
what
is.
once upon a time they were known for. The problem last year was that because you mentioned it in our last game, because you had so many changes of FOVN in, FOVN out, players taking breaks, players taking leaves, having health issues. You didn't have that really clean Counter-Strike because you didn't have a consistent 5.
Why is Krimbo Tech 9 armor?
I don't know, but it's working. Because he's a god, that's why.
Did they think it was Something's not right. They might get away with it, but his dad is funky.
And there was no A defender. he can do that. He can do that, Alan.
Why do I question it?
Squares.
I have not. It's got to be a mistake. I mean, the last time I saw anyone ever deliberately main a Tech 9 would have been Olofmeister, like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, 2015 Olaf.
Yeah, that was those were the days when the Tech 9 was so much cheaper than an AK that sometimes on some strats you might why not? Well, this is getting a little bit out of hand, isn't it? I think the one question I would have had is for Big is I don't think they've played that much Anubis. It's been very up and down for them. Granted, they have some pretty good results, but those are spread amidst some weird ones too. So I think the one question for Big is, you know, how refined is their Anubis? Surely not as comfortable as some of the other maps for them.
Well, they're a 7-map team, right?
These days, yes.
I think they like to stay away from Ancient, but I think they play everything. At least aspirationally.
Yeah, they've got Ancient's the least, but there's still 5 maps, which is well, for a top team, that's a pretty reasonable amount.
Yeah. I have been playing a lot of CS lately, though, kind of holding the online stuff. As again, didn't have many lands on the horizon to look forward to.
Even for someone like Hypes, he just needs reps, doesn't he? He needs to keep playing, keep getting used to the system. Top level Counter-Strike. It's a big change for him.
Tron gets information, but kill. That's such a bummer. Keto slips out. Whoa, he needs his teammates. That's a little disjointed. If they were a bit closer, he created such an opportunity for them. The spacing was a bit weird, and now Krimbo.
Oh, Krimbo.
How does he win that fight? Kraghen should have had that every day of the week. Did he run out of bullets? I can't imagine what happened there, but it's come down to a 2v2.
They got the info, though. They know it's solo B right now if they go fast enough, because, of course, Queenix got their kill from A. And there's no real movement from Queenix either.
Ah, he smoked off. Audios has to activate around this. Smoke on, defuse. Does he just play the line? They're planting. They haven't realized it yet, but if Big have their choice of plants, they like to plant in the more exposed position because it's easier to hold for B main, I think. But ECSTATIC have not quite cottoned on to that. Flashbang gets them through the first choke point. Audios might not be the time for the upgrade, but okay. Better get on that quick. Defuse, just sticking the defuse. They don't realize it, and there's a round snatched away. A great cost, but a round win nonetheless.
I guarantee you on a map like Mirage, they spam the plant a little better. It's not quite the reps. Not quite the thousands of hours of muscle memory to know exactly where that plant would have gone down. And it gets diffused. I mean, the smoke was perfectly placed. Both players were behind it. So good retake in the end from ECSTATIC. After quite a comfortable, an uncomfortable round, I should say. You're really all over the place. They still got work to do. ECSTATIC don't have any money. Big have the opposite. And maNkz, where is that entry being found? Is he just shot straight up mid? Looks like it. Fathom down.
I think just playing the angles. But look at this. Once again, they've left A vacant. He was making noise. Now he's been spotted. Queenix gets that information at least, but there's no world where he's going to be able to deny a bomb plant. And look at the space in towards mid-south. Are you ready for them to be this close? No, not at all. Disaster. Disaster here. maNkz is going to make a desperation play. Hype. Oh, that's a huge miss. That is a massive miss, and that might actually just lose them the round. Keto's trying to make a cheeky play here. maNkz suspects it could be that. He's actually looking for it. Oh, maNkz. Beautiful. Round 4. Kills. He was low HP from the get-go on that. And he still makes it happen.
Big are doing a lot right in these rounds. I like how they're playing the map. They're being decisive when they feel like they have a gap. And consistently getting nearer onto the sites. It's actually the late round where ECSTATIC are coming alive. Individuals, big showings, maNkz in particular here. And it's big on the flip side that, for whatever reasons, maybe it's jumbled comms, maybe it's individual mistakes, they're really struggling to hold these sites in these last couple rounds. Feels like Hype's missing a few. Think he almost caught Crown there. Aggressively in B main. But no bueno.
Oh, I know. In that last round, he's going to be kicking himself for that shot towards heaven. That was... I mean, that was... If he hits it, the round is over. They win. Retake's not even attempted. Oh, Keto slid into the corner. I don't think they know. Oh, no, Nodios checks it. maNkz gets another kill as well, so bodies now drop mid again, proving to be a problem here for Big. And they're under pressure. Hyped coming into clear. AWP. Oh, there's 2 players in this spot, but no. Hyped again, cannot connect, cannot convert. So the equalizer is not found.
Where are we ending? Last smoke has just gone down. That's from Nodios. Deep in towards dark.
E-main.
Yeah, this setup feels pretty decent. I mean, if if Nodius can even swing in clear and know that he's got no threat from canals. Oh, the crown, the timing's really bad. He just came off to check mid.
Time is such an issue here. If Crown can get some kills, anything, he's got one. That might be enough. That's enough. They're saving. They're saving. That one kill was plenty. They needed something, a freebie, and it didn't happen. Now, having it saved here, I believe the full buy should be available to them without issue. But ECSTATIC are clawing this back. I mean, 5 rounds is already something to build on here on the defense.
They've got a good T side as well. They've got options. It's quite a recovery. Quite a recovery. maNkz is not quite at the top of the scoreboard, but in terms of impact kills, been pretty monstrous. It's worth saying that yesterday, up against Godsent, Nodios was the best player on the server. And he's someone which I think rightfully you can be a little bit critical of so far in this team, given what we expected coming into it. But he's hit some rippers in this half so far. Pivotal in and around this dark position.
Has to play. Flashbang's a little bit off, but the kills certainly are not. Keto ripping on these entries, and with it, he may have just won the round for them. Where's the money for ECSTATIC? It's not good enough to chance this, I don't think. Unless Hype gives up this frag with a peek, I don't think they're going for this. You can tell everyone's waiting. Everyone's waiting for that signal in, for that light to flash green, for some sort of a kill to lead them back, and Salazar's already given it up. They're backing.
Is that the right move? As mentioned, they shouldn't be panicking about this round count if they get up to 6, maybe 7. That's still a very competitive affair. Especially in a half, which felt like it was slipping away from them early on. But in this round, a little bit of life in big. Massive entries from Keto. And, well, he's another man that's been a bit of a revolving door in Big and Big Academy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Into Big.
He's been good, though. Just
yeah.
His reintroduction in. I mean, at the beginning of the year, last year. Beginning of this year. Was it this year? God, I've lost
It started last year when he was subbed out for Krimbo.
Okay, so it was this year, beginning of this year at Kato, where he was having some really nice performances. I just had a... that was a strange moment. I lost all sense of time.
That is a common feeling in esports. I don't know what day of the week is. I only know what day of the week is because the major final was yesterday. Otherwise, I'd have no idea.
Krimbo. Pressured. Oh, dodges the flash. He expects it, right? Seeing the Molotov, he knows the next step that's coming in, and he anticipates it. That's brilliant. Little bit of micro, and Hyped is also posted to set him up. So they get the 2 kills. They get the same main aggression. That's a brilliant start. That is genuinely just seeing the molly.
It's what I mentioned. I mean, Big, it's not their best map. Well, they have played some elite level teams as well. They're just used to this sort of environment. The set plays and the aggression, and I actually think for ECSTATIC, the slower rounds and the reactions have actually been their best ones. The really high progressive rounds, I'm not the biggest fan of for them. And cost them here. Are you just going to save kraghen? The crown even. I can't deal with this guy's name.
It's just sub it out in your brain for the word crown, and you're good.
Yes.
We just have to commit one way or another.
Well, from what he said in Melbourne, he doesn't know himself.
Well, he knows, he just doesn't care, but fans care.
That's not very useful. He just needs to commit.
Case.
I think kraghen sounds way better. But that's just me.
I don't know. You can do some fun things with crown. Places the crown on his head. And crown will bring them the throne. That's what I'll say when he wins his major.
It's a while till the next one.
Well, maybe he'll be the best player in the world by then. Ema came out of nowhere, you know? Anyone can do it. Could be crown.
Strauss needs some players. Maybe just... Here we go. Bit of an A contest. Flashes exchanged, but nobody gets to go. And actually, look at all the mid space. Look at all the mid space. It is a kill for Queenix. This mid prong is coming in thick and fast, and they're getting called off guard. maNkz has a massive kill. Where's
So
Faven
stuck.
for the trade? Where's Faven for the trade? He's a little bit late.
He wanted the mid. He wanted the rotate, but maNkz has now gotten another one as a result of this. Oh, Faven gets the kill, but it's so late. He needs his headshot. They're past the molly. Whoa, Nodios. Tagged up. They're through. And Hype did not know. That's... Faven got stuck between two decisions, right? And that's going to send us to the half.
Just come over. Won't you come closer? Yeah, just come over. Oh, hey. 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh, I want you near. I need you in my life, but alright. 1, 2, 3, just get over here. No need to be shy, no. 1, 2, 3, oh, I want you near. I need you in my life, but rolling on a feeling, knowing I must go on. If I don't do it now, I will never have it. Dreaming is deceiving, falling to slumber. If I don't do it now, someone else will grab it. If I don't get I wanted it so long. It's taking me some time. I tell myself don't stop. Like waves are breaking, I found a way, I made it. If only I don't stop. Sharper than an arrow, aiming at its target. If I'm losing grip, then I can always get up one more time. But when I'm at the summit, I won't take it for granted. Easy come, easy go, I won't let me slip out of this high. I won't know why I wanted it so long. It's taking me some time. I tell myself don't stop. Like waves are breaking, I found a way, I made it. If only I don't stop.
And we are back in with the second half. Static and big. And we've got quaddies over on the big side. Two sets of dualies. They're both on the same site? No, Krimbo's over towards A. The solo sentinel there, but it's a heavy B presence, and it's a good read. It's a very good read. maNkz holding for some dark aggression. It's going to come through, but he's traded instantly. Now it's the hit on in. His teammates are moving through, but they've gone for deep utility, and everyone is close at hand into the blender, into the crossfire. They snap off one end of it, but the bomb is dropped. Faven. And a 1v1 duel with Salazar, but Salazar triumphs over that first one. Now it's all about Krimbo. Gotta recover the bomb. Trying to figure out where this last player is coming from. And there it is on the smoke fade, but just the tag up, not the headshots, not the killing blow. This is the duel now, and it will be Salazar to come out on top.
I can't believe they've won that pistol. A 4-man stack. 2 pairs of crossfires. And I'm not sure the utility actually helped that much as they ran in. They just hit every shot. Salazar obviously with the clutch as well. And when we're framing this series, I think overpass will be too much for ECSTATIC. I think Big are too experienced. They've beaten too many good teams. They looked very composed earlier. So in terms of framing this series, when Vertigo is a brilliant map for ECSTATIC, they have to win here on Anubis, don't they? It's so important. And that looked very unlikely earlier on. They turned around that CT half. And now with Pistol, well, they'll put themselves in a great position now.
Salazar mowing them down, and okay, Salazar. Shoot through him with the Galil. That's like the one time where you'd rather have a Galil than anything else. Just so many bullets, Alan.
I'd rather have a Bison. It just feels good. Feels good. It makes me feel all gooey inside. And you're spraying down the pistols. It's beautiful. This is a bonus round and a half. 3 Galils, 2 maNkz. There's definitely options on a map like this to get explosive. And that could be a great choice here. Quite a default spread, it has to be said at the start, though. Look at this. Very much, yeah, just playing for map control here. Krimbo's going to take a fight. Krimbo's going to take a fight. Wow, in front of this terrorist molly. Full confidence. And Krimbo's been all that all day.
On the back foot right off the rip. maNkz has decided he wants to go retrieve that gun. Which he will eventually do. To go fishing.
Check out the B reaction as soon as the mid presence came in. Fast
That's
reaction
nice.
from Big. Space being taken.
They're looking for the fight. But he's got it. Now he can dip off. Got the kill, Molly down so they can't chase. They're gonna chase. They want to capture him. Oh no! He got stuck on the flashbang. He thought he was further back than he was. Keto should have gotten away with that one. Let's see if it costs them. 3 players are here to receive 40 seconds. Ability coming out. Line up. Ooh, trades. A boost up. A cheeky one. And it'll be all they need. Not quite. Crown limps away from this exchange. But in a 1v3, what do you got for us, Crown? Got a flank.
Not much. Flag was too good. I really like that round from Big. There was a lot of fun proactivity. Of course, Krimbo. It's more of an individual duel, but he's played that. He's played well enough today where he's allowed to do that sort of thing, isn't he? And he wins it. I think that if you're ECSTATIC, you're going to regret not getting more explosive. Not playing together. See if they change it up in this round. Something to watch out for on this T side is they love doing these triple nades that land just between the pillar and dark. And you throw it at the start of the round. And it catches the player running into dark to either hold it or throw some nades. And they consistently found kills on it throughout the other games.
Nice. From Salazar there. Taking down tabs and opening up mid. That's the way you want to get started if you're
Very
ECSTATIC.
unlike Tabson to die like that. Player's experience is him. Maybe didn't think an AWP was around. B reaction comes out. Keto's pushing. And of course, ECSTATIC are so sat back in their default right now.
This is so much
Keto
space.
can be the
It's
round
actually
winner for
insane.
sure.
No. I mean, now they know. They're kind of forced. They're like, all right, well, the B player came off, and we have no idea what's happening towards A. So, be it. Problem is, this is so telegraphed, especially with the push down mid. The flank's going to be on pretty quickly. As soon as this execute comes in, these guys are going to accelerate. Ability trying to suppress. There's the lineup. Oh, and they don't even need the flank. Favin's got it all.
It's a dynamic duo. This time it's Keto involved. And yeah, it's the same story for Big. They are very proactive. Even despite losing the opening kill, they know they need to take some space. And ECSTATIC were just totally contained. They had no other option except to go B. And Big knew exactly what was coming. It was a little bit too easy to hold against. Ooh. Tough pills to swallow are these gun rounds for ECSTATIC, and wow, almost a full eco here. In fact, it is a full eco. There's absolutely no investment. Tides have changed.
Absent, out of bullets. He knew he had to be stingy with the ammo. Audios might be a goner to the nade, but let's see what Crown can do. Any further damage? No, not so much. So just the one casualty. And Big firmly back in the driving seat of this map. They've expanded the lead to 4. They've got enough money for a buy after this one for sure, and maybe beyond that. On ECSTATIC. Felt like the momentum was starting to swing, Alan, but it's slowed down.
I mean, TSO should still be stronger. I still have some confidence we'll see some good rounds out from them. But right now, getting checked on every front. Pipes flips into mid, not connect. B reaction is immediate, and look at that. Look at that brutal reprisal from Big.
Even dumping a nade in the Crown. That smoke might be a bit deep. No, it's actually fine. It really just... what do you even do if you're ECSTATIC here? You've still got a nade set. Salazar salvaging more off of his teammates' bodies, but it seems like they're just going to try a bit of a desperate push in towards Dark, and even a spot. Krimbo losing his life there, but Keto's quick to trade it. It's all just Salazar. What do you do? You got a minute.
Saving's an option, but it's not a great one. Got a lot of time, so he could loop all the way back into A, but this feels like a save to me. And oh well, Keto with this push, he could just hold steady when the timer goes lower, even while low 0 starts to try and take a fight. Peeks out, Salazar gets 1, and actually, because Keto was only playing on the A side of the map, he's pushed these CTs around a great deal. Save it is.
Save it is.
Been a little bit deflating these gun rounds, haven't they? We're just not getting into them. The big.
It's just it's astounding how quick the response is, right? I mean, that round they get the space in towards mid. Salazar pushed off that initial corner, but just immediately the smack in the face towards B main. They eat those flashes full on. It's a 2-man presence in B main. It's not like they catch the one lurker, right? It's a 2-on-2 fight. But the flashes are just so good. ECSTATIC never have a chance. Really nice look from Big.
Kind of surprising to me that, I mean, their Anubis so far has looked pretty refined. They're very confident with making these reactions, which really is the hardest part of CT Anubis, is having that feel. And what have we got here? Half buy, of course, Salazar saved AK. I feel like to see less deagles and more nades, actually.
Yeah, perhaps.
A couple smokes. I mean, some flashes are the real omission here.
In such a tough spot when it comes to the long game, aren't you? I mean, you've invested some into this round, but I mean, a big win here. It's going to be 14 on the board. You just, I don't know if you're ever going to get a chance for a proper full gun round at this point.
Big is so confident just to play solo A. Been no real presence in this half since the guns have come out for ECSTATIC. This time they're starting to group. That their deep smoke from Krimbo will be fading very soon. And just look at the reaction. It's perfect. Keto, bodies out in front, swings behind it. He doesn't even need to take these fights particularly. It's more the information. And look how this CT presence has moved. A is much more bolstered.
They're ready for it. Krimbo, back of the cake. Tabson now coming in to form a line with him. Tabson harassing, sets up Krimbo, and oh, he's so lethal. This guy, just unreal. Runs out of bullets, but he'll go to the sidearm, and he will still confirm the round.
Starting to feel like a bit of a masterclass from Big on the CT side. Another round where they're just so quick to react. All over the map.
Combo of kraghen again showing up as well. 20 kills apiece.
Yeah. I know what you do if you're ecstatic. I mean, you could go for a faster round and chance it and just hope you're going into the lesser numbers. I feel like if you're ready for the reactions, it shouldn't be so bad. Take mid, have players sat back on the sides. It's not a map where you can push into terribly good positions. It's more about finding the kills on the push or, you know, as long as you're not losing numbers. I don't think it's a massive deal on this map to lose Canal's control or to have someone pushing B main. You just got to be, you know, comfortable working around those deficiencies. Krimbo's in big trouble. Totally alone. Crown cutting off the rotates and Queenix removes the head. This round has fallen apart. Tabson needs to go nuclear to save this.
And he's getting nothing. So, an eco presumably on deck. Or save, rather.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what they needed. They had to have it. Did ecstatic.
Well, that was the other option for them, was going more contact heavy and not getting out-rotated because you're not giving any cues. Really worked here, didn't it?
Certainly did. Certainly seems to have. Keeps Big off of map point. Reminder,
Yeah.
this is ecstatic's pick as well, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Keep
hard
that
to call
house
someone
close.
out when they're 14 to 9 up, but Hyped really hasn't been a factor in this match. He's, you know, he's played his role, he's locked down his areas of the map, but when it's come crunch time, he's really struggled to, you know, get that one kill, fall back, hold firm.
Has looked a bit overmatched at times. And he's certainly not been a part of, like, the dynamic reason why they're winning, you know?
Yeah, it's aggressive riflers.
Double up. Double up in this one.
Don't mind it from Krimbo. I mean, obviously, last round, someone just walks up A and takes a clean fight. If they try and do that again now, gonna meet an AWP.
Looking like a faster B play, at least what they want to do. Oh, and there it is. Keto gets completely caught off guard. Fafen was setting up utility. This round's over. That's a smack in the jaw, especially with the double up. Ain't no world. Love this now from ecstatic. They're starting to feel themselves a little bit. They're starting to be a little bit more confident, a little bit more bold. And this is what we expect to see from this ecstatic roster, right? These are the kind of rounds. They just completely catch Big with nades in hand. Never anticipated them to be through that quick.
Absolutely, and Big are going to be frustrated because they had 2 AWPs on the server and neither of them were in the right place and they lost to a contact play. That's a little bit frustrating. And of course, Fav and Keto in this round, as good as they've been, player in dark gets caught off. The one on Cliffy up there doesn't really have a chance. Clean as can be, and ecstatic keeping numbers alive. This is becoming a pretty close match. I mean, ecstatic will not lose this map without playing on full buy rounds.
Which is great.
Big have to
say.
win 2 of them.
At the very least, very good to say for them.
Sticking with the double AWP. Let's see if one swaps onto B after that round. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Hyped. That's the reaction. Hype's going to post up. Even got this AUG as well, so kind of double scopes onto B main.
Oh god, they're going to go for the double cave peek. This is interesting. No, backing away from it.
So 2 rifles in mid for Big.
One's floating back over. Fop's starting to come around. Hype doesn't know they're out. Oh no, the unscope at the worst possible time, and on Glizzy, the second goes down as well. Oh, that's disastrous. Hype was holding the line, but he goes for the reposition. Had no idea a player was already out. That's such a blunder. This is a catastrophe for Big now. They cannot sort this B defense out. Something has to change. I don't know whether it's aggression or, I mean, playing retake, but something. These last few rounds, they have just gotten caught at the worst possible moments.
Well, on the flip side, whoever in ECSTATIC, presumably maNkz, made the call to change the pace of this T side has worked wonders. They're slow rounds. Big are playing better in the mid round. They're making very nice reactions. But Anubis is a map where you can get so close to these sites unsighted. So close. You can even do plays like they just need to go through that dark smoke. And there is no warning. And they've had a lot more success on these explosive rounds. Big have been caught off so many times now on this B-bomb site. I think you're right. Is this one going to be a buy? Surely it will be, yeah. Maybe they have to play 3B. Or something. Maybe they need to get more aggressive in dark and play 2 in there.
They had a lot of success with aggressive B main control at times.
But that was a reaction. That's the key point. They were reacting off information, and ECSTATIC aren't handing that over anymore for free. ECSTATIC are not giving anything away until they're on the bottom side proper. That's why it's so hard for them. I think you get aggressive on A. I think you get aggressive on A. Try and get Krimbo onto a deeper line. Something like this. Either get information or force a fight.
I'm surprised they've gone back to the double up as well. I'm really convinced that this is going to be the solution, but it's turning so expensive. I mean, the bank has been drained at this point. They've been saving one up through on Krimbo, but I don't know about this one, Chief.
I don't think it's been a problem, but it hasn't necessarily been a round winner, is it? Just yet.
No. Hype dumping his utility dumps his gun as well. A little nervy, perhaps. And Krimbo, again, is just going to be the solo player, and this is the change-up. They're trying to bring this towards A. This is interesting. Let's see what Krimbo gets. He hasn't been tested in a while because they've been ignoring this side of the map. Flashbang on. He eats that, but back by the pillar, he can readjust. Molotov's going to come in. Knows they've got the line, and oh, he's a dead man. He is a lot of damage. Well, worth the price of admission. Tabson, though, will make it a bit more costly, and he's out of bullets. Favin and Keto, they've got a chance at this retake. When did Hype even go down? That I'm not sure of. On towards the site, it seems, but let's see what Favin and Keto have got. Molotov's now pushing Queenix. He burns alive. Oh, and that drags them back. They were saving. They were saving. That Molotov kill has just drugged them back into the fight. Let's see if that costs them. Ah, no. Crown. Perfect timing to peek from the back corner, and he's got it. And Big's economy, it's not quite shattered, but it's not in a good place anymore here, Alan. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, this is just going to be a hero rifle, I think, for Krimbo. And it's the same story. It's another explosive round from ECSTATIC. Simple Counter-Strike. 4 players pop through that A main smoke. The deep one from Krimbo. And he can just never get a good fight. Never get a good fight. If I'm Big, I'm going to stop playing solo players around the map. That's what I'm going to stop doing. To get back on the gun rounds.
Here's your aggression coming through. Krimbo's going into the canals. He's just phasing the smoke. He feels like he has to make the hero play, and he's done so. Oh, this is huge now, but they've given up all this presence in mid. I'm not sure what they've seen. I guess just off the pistols. I don't want to face it. This is really interesting, because if they find all this room mid and they try and rotate the bomb through, Krimbo's in position to punish. Excuse me.
They're squaring up for a B split through the back lanes.
That might be disastrous, though. Everyone's here in defense. Oh, Tabson. Trying to retake the space. Just walks right into a crosshair. That's one of the big guns down. Bafavin might be able to bring it back. They're dropping down. This is the B hit. That's all they've got. Guns are here, but what can they get? Keto gets nothing. maNkz picking the perfect moment to strike, but look at this flank from Krimbo. Oh, he's going to be into B main. Salazar's holding this. Salazar might be a dead man. They need something else. Krimbo, though, now alone. He takes out the one. They're both low. This is winnable, but it's going to be so very tough. The AWP, not what you want for this fight. Krimbo doesn't know the damage that's been done then, if he's going for the scope. It's unconfirmed information. Tight angle. Oh, the no scope not hit. Nodios there for the punish.
That is a massive round from ECSTATIC. You could just see the mini-map. There are so many ways that goes wrong if they don't commit, you know, a few seconds later, and that would have been a disaster. And Crown is warming up, man. He is hitting some big frags when they matter. And this map matters so much for ECSTATIC. If they want to make it to this LAN, overpass is always going to be difficult. They looked down and out a couple minutes ago on this one, but they're right back in it now. They're playing with pace, they're being explosive, and another entry goes the way of ECSTATIC. Big have no answers to these gun rounds.
They're going to test A again. They're going to test A again, which means we get another chance for Krimbo to make his impact felt.
Oh, they're gambling with a mid clear. Look at this. Bigger off the site.
Yeesh. Could be bad. Krimbo's still looking for it. There's no utility. It's contact. Now the utility comes out, but they're already past the threshold, and Krimbo down for 3. I mean, this should be a save. Tabson dead. That's disastrous. That's disastrous. ECSTATIC have had such a brilliant feel for these rounds. The timing has worked out beautifully every single time, and they're so decisive when they go through. This is wild. This is, I mean, it was 14-8? Am I crazy?
Let me check. That feels in the, say, at least 13 to something. Let's have a look. Yep.
14-8?
14-8.
Wow.
And these rounds have been fast. I know the last round against the half by was actually more compelling, but these gun rounds are so fast, so explosive. And
He saves the up. I don't think Hype has a kill this half.
yeah, whatever
He has one.
Whatever way you look at it, he's not been an influence. And when you're playing against pops and contact plays, you look towards your AWPer to be the first line of defense. What is he in the buy here? It's a half buy by the looks of it from Big. ECSTATIC now with a golden chance to make it onto map points. Already claimed 6 in a row. And well, you'd be mad to bet against them now.
They're not ready. The nade's out. They're blinded. Oh my god. ECSTATIC, no hesitation whatsoever. I mean, this has to be a save. This has to be a save. The AWP is too valuable. Big are just not ready. You think you see when the nades come into B main, right? That's to counter out aggressive B push. Those 2 HEs that slam into the doors, but Big are just not ready for it at all.
It's just a nice little move. I mean, it's something you can't do that really on other maps, but it also masks the noise. Really hard to hear those players sprinting up. And ECSTATIC have played a lot of simple CS on this T side, but it's working to perfection. Really working. Alright. All birdie required. One chance for ECSTATIC to get this done before OT. It'd be a very good buy here for Big. But quite honestly, I don't think a lack of full buys has been the problem. It's been a lack of any sort of way of playing these sites.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what gun you have in your hand if you get flashed and you don't even get to pull the trigger. Right? It's been so decisive from ECSTATIC when they actually do hit that rarely does it feel like Big gets a chance to fight back. Take the timeout. I mean, this is only their second timeout used as well.
Maybe even take 2, honestly. Like, this is a big moment. If you go a map down, playing a best of 1 potentially on Vertigo for this land spot, that's a lot of pressure even for a team like Big. I think they got 2 options here. You either get really aggressive, try and just take control of these rounds, let someone like Krimbo be the point man, or you've got to play these sites retake all with numbers. You got to play 3B. If you're going to sit on the site, you got to sit off the site so you don't get. You just cannot be caught in transition again. You just been destroyed so many times.
For the fast play. They're ripping this right off. Straight in they go. Both kills found. Sight lost. The dynamic play again. Big trying to shift up who's playing where in the what when, and it just doesn't matter. They never get a chance to play back. This retake decisive. The airstrike will punish Nodios. He's down at least off the utility, but this retake still requires heroics, and Tabson looks to deliver them. He's down low in the health. On the smoke fake, Keto will have the kill in the dark. And indeed he does. It's all about these B main players, but they found the first. Nades out, punishing Tabson so low. They need to get on the spot. They need these kills. They're falling just to this one, man. Keto, he's out of time. He's out of health. He knows he needs to bring in the duel, and he's out of bullets to boot. Queenix has won this on time. Queenix has delivered them the 16th. ECSTATIC draw it back from 14 to 8. They run 8 in a row. Merciless rounds, punishing rounds, grinding rounds to dismantle this big defense.
And just that moment when they realized their defaults just weren't.